museum or an auditorium. He's a cartoonist, right?
Yeah.
And so he produces cartoon every day, and Wayne Harbor, a man from Iowa, wrote every single person that was featured in Ripley's cartoon to verify if his story was true or not.
Really?
And in every single, he wrote 17,000 letters. Never once got a reply to say, no, Robert Ripley was lying. Every single person said, yep, that's the truth. This really did happen.
Wow, that's cool.
So these are the actual letters. So only some of them, obviously, they're not full 17,000 here. When Wayne Harbor passed away, his wife left us the whole entire collection.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I like that.
So a lot of this is from Robert Ripley's original collection, but we've been adding on to the collection, for 40 years now.
Yeah, it grows.
We have a VP of Archives and Exhibits, Edward Meyer, that's been with us for 40 years, and he really does bring in most of what we have. As I said, we were founded on a cartoon. Cartoonists were very, very famous people, back in their time.
Yep.
Photography wasn't easy to translate into magazines and print and all of that.
Yeah.
So rather than not have a photo, they would send a cartoonist to, say, a sporting event to capture the winning home run. And that was easier for them to be able to mass produce into newspapers and things. So Robert Ripley started off as a sports cartoonist, but it was more of kind of a documentation, not the cartoonist comic strip thing that we think of today. Well, one day he was rifling through his drawers and cabinets, and he was trying to come up with an idea, and he came up with the idea of Champs and Chumps. And it was about 8 different stories of weird sports oddities, like a man who ran the half a marathon backwards, or a guy that could hold his breath underwater for 20 minutes, and who could skip, jump, all these things. So they published it called Champs and Chumps, and the newspaper was flooded with requests for more. They had never seen anything like that. It was the first case of weird news.
Yeah.
Nobody had seen that before, right? So that's where it all got started.
And what year was that around?
That was in 1918. December 18th, 1918
Wow.
was the year that was published, because we are coming up on our centennial anniversary. In December of next year, we will be 100 years old. We consider the publication of that cartoon as our anniversary date.
I would consider that too.
Absolutely. So, we consider this room right here, we theme all of our different rooms, and we have something for everybody. We have things for kids. This is obviously a very kid-friendly room. Lots to do, very tactile. The kids can touch, push buttons, not get in trouble. We want, we don't really think of ourselves as museums. We think of ourselves as attractions, because we want it to be immersive and to be family-friendly. But then we have things that have a history that, parents and grandparents can be interested in, and that younger kids can then learn about. So when people ask what our demographic is, it's 2 to 90, 2 to 100, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for action.
That's good.
Yeah.
You need something for everybody.
Absolutely. We like to keep a local flavor with a lot of what we do, and so this artist is named Enrique Ramos. So he's not originally from Orlando, but he resides here now.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of different pieces by him. This one has over 600 Elvises inside
And you can
of it.
see a whole bunch.
Yeah, for sure.
That's neat.
Yeah.
I've never seen nothing like that. That's a really good painting.
Yeah, he does amazing work. We have quite a bit from him. And then a preview of Marilyn. This is a Marilyn Monroe, but she's made out of butterflies.
That's kind of creepy.
It's weird and interesting for sure.
But neat.
Absolutely. I mean, who thinks of something like that, right?
I know. We need more people like that.
But yeah, 100%. So where are you from? You're from
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Okay. All right. I was born on Long Island.
Well, you know what everybody thinks I'm from Long Island because of the Rhode Island.
Yeah.
So it's neat.
So this is a little bit of a dizzying room, but everybody loves this room, and it's our little optical illusion room. So.
Oh yeah, you put the ball on the table and
These two.
doesn't go anywhere.
No. You gotta give it. Gently nudge it.
Okay.
Gently nudge.
And then it goes down the hill. I mean, I love these rooms when places that have them.
Yeah.
Because you gotta kind of.
Oh yeah.
You gotta balance.
You got this one too.
I'm always fascinated how it can.
I know.
That's just crazy. I love these rooms. I'm a fan.
Love it. So lots of vintage photography, contortionism is just in itself. I mean, I don't know. I can't do that.
Yeah, me neither.
Abraham Lincoln, this is all duct tape.
Really?
Yes, all
duct
little
tape-
tiny pieces of duct tape.
A duct tape Abraham Lincoln.
I know. This is all postage stamps.
Whoa, a postage stamp.
Yeah. So, you know, when you first look at it, you know, Ripley's Believe It or Not is always one of those things that makes you take a second look and say, what? So you look at this picture like, oh, it's very nice. It's obviously a picture of a geisha and, you know, a garden. And then you look closer and you're like, what is it made out of? And it's stamps. Like, who thinks of stuff like that?
I mean, that's why I love
Yeah.
Ripley's, just because of
Yeah.
all the different items, all the different weird stuff.
So these are fantasy coffins. They were
Fantasy
invented by a man named Kanye Kwe in Ghana in the 1950s, and they are to represent who you were in your life. So if you were a fisherman, you'd be buried in a fish. If you were a mechanic, you'd be buried in a car. If you were a tribal leader, you'd be buried in a lion, because the show what a mighty chieftain you were. So we have quite a few different ones. This one here is on display in Orlando, but it's looks like it's a tiger, so this must be for some sort of tribal leader.
That's
Or
cool.
leader of the community, yeah.
So is this like a real one, or is this
Oh,
a
yeah.
replica? No, it's a
It's
real
a real
one.
one that wasn't, nobody was ever buried in
Yeah.
it, but it's an absolute real fantasy coffin from Ghana, from the Kanye Kwe workshop.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I kind of want to be buried in one of things like that.
What would your fantasy coffin be?
I don't know. Maybe a pinball machine.
Yeah, there you go. So everybody knows Ripley's, very well known for our shrunken heads.
Yep.
So we have them on display at all of our locations. Here's this one. Do you know how they're made?
No.
Do you want to know?
I
how
do.
they're made? Okay.
I'm intrigued.
Okay, so this is you know, not for the kids, but they're war trophies, right? So they would be between warring tribes, and they would be worn as war necklaces to basically intimidate your opponent, you know. But when they would, you know, kill their opponent, they would then take the head, basically slit it up the back of here, remove the face from the skull, sew it back up, stuff it with a bunch of herbs, and then do this about a couple of day process of boiling and tanning called sansa, and that's when the shrinkage happens.
Wow.
So we know this one right here was a male. Most of them are male because most of the people, you know, that are in war fighting are going to be men.
Yeah.
We know this one's a male because his lips are sewn together, because they wanted to torment their enemies and they wanted to keep the soul inside so they would be tormented forever.
That's crazy.
However, if it didn't have its lips sewn up, it would be a woman, because women don't have souls, and who cares?
I guess.
According, anyway.
Yeah.
So this is a traveling show as well. This is a changeable room, and these are all the micro sculptures of Willard Wiggins. So
Who's that? Because the name sounds familiar, but I don't.
well, this is who he is. So it's his real photo. This is a drawing representation of him. So he makes micro miniature sculptures that fit on the heads of pins and inside the eyes of needles.
Really?
So one of my favorite things here is Beauty and the Beast. Before you look inside, look to the side here, and do you see the pin?
I see the
Do
pen.
you see anything on it?
I do not.
Okay, hit the button, and now look. Now you have to look at the microscope. With your glasses, it might be a little tough. You might want to look with your right eye.
Whoa, that's nuts.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So he has to put himself into a meditative trance in order to get this done, and he can only sculpt in between his heartbeats.
Really?
If his heartbeat, even that will break what he's doing, because they're so tiny and so fragile. He has to make his own instruments, and he'll use things like spider webs for the eyelashes. It's just,
That's wow.
Yeah.
You really have to be
in
the zone to do something like that.
Yep. So this is what everybody is here to see. It's the Marilyn Monroe exhibit. So here is.
Yeah, I know
Demetra.
it's weird. I can't believe when I saw the email how much someone paid for that.
Yeah, that's the one
That's-
was us.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, it's a cool piece to have because
Yeah.
just the history significance
Yeah.
of it. But it's just like, wow, a dress went for $5 million.
$5
roughly.
million, yeah. 4.8 million added auction fees, taxes, freight, shipping. You're talking well over $5 million.
So how do you guys find out? Okay, Marilyn. I mean, I don't know. I don't go to auctions, but you must.
So our VP of exhibits probably gets 50 auction catalogs a week.
Wow.
They know we're interested in Marilyn items. This item went up for bid in 1999 at Christie's auction for the first time. We were the second highest bidder back then, so we almost won it in 1999 for a lot less.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember exactly how much. It was somewhere between, I think, 1.4 and 1.6 million. But it was. It's kind of been being held by a private collector since 1999, and then it went back up for auction. So Marilyn Monroe, you know, the whole history of it is the dress designer was named Jean-Louis, very famous Hollywood costume designer. Did everyone from Judy Garland, Vivian Leigh, Joan Crawford, movies and red carpet things. And so she went to him and said, "I want you to create me a dress that only Marilyn Monroe can wear, both figuratively and literally." So if you look at the dress, you don't think so, but it's actually made up of over 200 different panels. It was made so it would only fit Marilyn Monroe perfectly. So you can kind of see all the different stitching and paneling with it.
Yep.
And she wanted to shock audiences. So this was a very risque dress for her at the time. She actually lied to the show producers. She told them that she was going to be coming out in a high-neck demure black satin gown. And when she shuffled out, she actually missed her curtain call twice. Peter Lawford was introducing her, and she was literally being sewn into the dress backstage. So
Wow.
she missed her curtain call twice, and he introduced her as the late Marilyn Monroe. It's only 3 months later that she passed away.
Whoa, that's kind of freaky.
That's freaky, right? Yeah. So she came out and she was wearing this white fur coat, and she kind of slinkily walks out, and then she takes it off, and this is the nude illusion dress. She wanted people to think she was naked. She wasn't wearing any undergarments under this. The rhinestones are placed strategically in areas so that it covered more areas than other. But she did exactly what she wanted. The audience gasped. She created that shock and awe that she wanted. So Jean-Louis was the designer, but his designers have a lot of people that work with them, and the person that worked with him was named Bob Mackie. So are you familiar with Bob Mackie?
No, I never heard of
So
that.
he became very famous in his own right afterwards. This was his first job out of college, 22 years old, and he did the original sketch of the dress. Then Bob Mackie went on to do lots of things. He did a whole line of Barbie Mattel things, but he's most famous for being Cher's personal designer.
Really?
So if you remember the crazy outfits Cher wore in the 80s and 90s, like the cutout dress and the headdresses and all that, so Bob Mackie is that designer. He actually was at the auction too when this sold.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
he's
probably wanted to
still
see
alive.
who wanted to
He's
bought
still
it.
alive, yeah. So actually, this is rather demure compared to what he went on to do.
Oh,
later
yeah.
on. He was very famous in his own right. So this is the auction paddle that won. So, and this is the catalog from the auction.
Well, it's nice to let you keep the paddle after spending all that money.
Yeah, they wanted to throw us a bone.
Yeah.
So here is a program of the event, so you can see lots of people that were involved in the event, as well as people that performed there. These are autographed tiles. So Clive David, very famous producer,
Yep.
not Clive Davis. People think we have a typo there. It's not. It's Clive David, and he got 2 autographs that night. One was by Maria Callas. The other was by Marilyn Monroe. So right here, to Clive, love and kisses, Marilyn. But this is just a who's who of Hollywood in the early 60s. So you have Lucille Ball over here. I'm trying to find a couple of other famous ones. It's hard to read their handwriting. There was another one I found earlier. You have Scott Bailey up here. Where did I see? It's so hard to read their names on these. But this is the main signature is the Marilyn Monroe. Oh,
That's
Jack
awesome.
Benny, to Clive from Jack Benny. So
Wow.
yeah.
So this is from the event that dress started all these.
So It was a salute to JFK for his 45th birthday. And it took place on May 19th in 1962. His birthday was actually May 29th, so it was a little early. But in all honesty, it was a Democratic fundraising effort.
Yeah.
Right? So it was a ticketed event. So here's an actual ticket from the event. You could purchase tickets for $10, $25, or $100. Obviously, the more money you spent, the better placement you got. But over 16,000 people attended the event at Madison Square Garden. This is one of the tickets there.
That's crazy. I'm so glad that people have, so you can still see the history.
Yeah,
I love that.
So this is the poster, again, with a lot of the performers. 5 people had to perform after Marilyn Monroe. And you have a lot of really famous people on here. We're talking Peggy Lee, Judy Garland, Ella Fitzgerald, right? Henry Fonda. You don't remember a single one of their performances.
Oh no.
Only performance you remember is Marilyn Monroe's from that night.
Yep.
So it was.
I feel bad for the other people, but they just the way they're.
They still they were still famous,
Yeah.
They still made it out okay. So, and after she got done singing with her sultry song, and everyone has the rumors about JFK and Marilyn Monroe, were they having an affair? Jackie Kennedy was not there that evening, and after she got done singing, he got up and said, "I can now retire from politics, having been sung to in such a wholesome manner." Which just added more fuel to the fire, right?
Yep.
And so this is just so you could have an opportunity to take a selfie with her or have your photograph. The dress was made by our costume designer in-house. So it's just an incredible piece.
I can imagine with these, because I know matter of fact, at IAPA they have a booth that had some of the wax figures. There's people who do wax figures in general do a mind-blowing job because they look so real.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy. And then we have, these are just items to show what Marilyn Monroe's style was like. She loved her fur. Peter would not be a big fan of her today, but that wasn't really a big thing back then. So this is a formal evening stole, which is kind of like a scarf, right? But it was a mink stole. And this is one of her favorite hats that she would wear, and this is an ostrich feather that was on top of it.
Wow. And this is like her actual...
These are her outfits, her garments.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's not part of the JFK night. It's not part of the happy birthday. It's just some more items of hers that we have.
It's just cool to see.
It's just awesome to see. 100%.
Yeah.
With you there. All right. So we have
a crazy room.
A crazy room. Yeah. This is just a little bit of everything. So yeah, I said we like to keep it local. So a couple of years ago, we started doing what we call bazaar buying bazaars, and we encourage people to bring us your items, and almost like Antique Roadshow, we'll do an appraisal. Odd appraisal we call it, and if we like it, we'll make an offer on the spot. So she is local from Orlando. Her name is Jean Ford, and she creates dog portraits from the hair of the dog. So she made the sculpture, and then this is her dog's hair that she put over it, and then this is more of a portrait piece of her other dog. Yeah,
that's neat.
Yeah. We like unique movie props. So this is an actual piece from the Edward Scissorhands movie, where Vincent Price's last movie, where he has his factory making things, and then he leaves Edward Scissorhands all by himself. But this is a real piece. We recently have purchased some other really high-end movie pieces. Have you ever heard of a movie called Star Wars?
Yeah.
You have. Do you know what a lightsaber is?
Yep.
So we have the lightsaber from the first 2 Star Wars movies that Mark Hamill.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that has also got us a lot of interest. People have been crazy about that. So we are in the process of developing how we're gonna exactly display it. But that was another big acquisition for us this year. We also have picked up the bullwhip, from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And there's multiple ropes, obviously. It's in a movie, you have lots of different props. It's the exact one he used when he was rescuing his father, Sean Connery, from the Nazis. No. So he did it and went into the other room and rescued his dad. It's that one. And we also got the shoes that Marty McFly was wearing in Back to the Future 2 when they auto-laced and zipped up. Yeah, so we've got some really cool, unique movie memorabilia. So it's not always anything about being odd and bizarre, which is what a lot of people know Ripley's for. It's also about one of a kind and unique and something that you can't see or get anywhere else.
Yep. Wally.
Wally.
What's the story with this?
So this is done by a man named Livio DiMarchi, and he does the woodworking all by hand. And in Venice, they have something very similar to what we do in Mardi Gras, and they parade down the canals of Venice, and he creates these. This is actually both a cart and a boat. So
this
it
thing can-
drives down it might not be seaworthy at this time. It definitely was seaworthy when he put it in the canals of Venice, but he would do a new one every year, and we own about 4 or 5 of his different creations. One of them is exact. So this is a replica of a Mercedes. We also have a replica of a Ferrari.
Really?
And we did make that one seaworthy, and we ran it in the San Francisco Bay on our YouTube channel. You can see our video, and it actually was also featured on Jay Leno's Garage.
Wow.
So we went and took it over on the East Coast here, and Jay Leno's Garage came and filmed, and we did an episode with them.
That's
with
cool.
That. Yeah. I mean, I don't have much to say other than it's a tire gorilla, and it's huge, and it's
tire
just
gorilla.
cool, and who wouldn't want one in their house? It's just awesome.
I know. I'd put it outside,
You put it
inside.
outside,
Hey, put it
yeah.
everywhere in the house.
I know.
I think my kids would probably jump all over it,
Oh,
but that'd
yeah,
be fun.
It's pretty sturdy, so go on ahead.
Yeah, jump on them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we have kind of our medieval room here. The rank mask, which were kind of punishment masks. You know, if your wife didn't do, dishes, put one of those on her, parade around the streets.
You a bad girl.
Shamer. They were shame masks. I really like.
These things are cool.
Oh, they're all good. So there's a couple more rank masks, as they're called. And they would also be used not just for that, they would be used for punishment by the town. So there would be actual piece that would put their tongue down so you couldn't speak or anything as well, and then they'd be locked on the back and everything.
Wow.
So you got to get up close. You got to look at our Iron Maiden here. I believe it's a replica, but there aren't very many replicas around either.
Whoa.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
This is gonna put me in the Iron Maiden.
Yeah. So this here is a coffin gun, and what it is for is that, when you get buried, your loved ones, they bury you with a lot of your valuables and your jewels that you would have throughout your life, and grave robbing was a big issue. So these guns were set up inside of the coffin so that if a grave robber tried to open up the coffin, it would set the gun off and it would shoot the robber.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah. Don't rob.
You don't rob the grave.
I love these. These are vampire killing kits, and they were sold to very naive travelers to Eastern Europe who believed that vampires were real. But it has anything and anything you would need to vanquish a vampire. You got your silver bullets and your gun, a cross, a wooden stake, garlic, holy water, whatever you need. We have quite a few of these. I don't know the exact number, somewhere between a dozen and 20. And I have never seen 2 that look exactly the same. They're all unique and different.
Really?
Yeah. They're all very unique.
Wow.
So that's our comfy chair.
Oh, yeah. I like that. That could be my new chair at home.
So, I don't know if you remember this from earlier, but there might have been a few people watching you try to roll your tongue.
Oh, cool.
And you can see yourself. What time? Oh, these people were trying it. And then come on. We're gonna find us. No, come on.
I think I'm right there. No, maybe. No. Oh, there
we
I am.
are. So let's go back and see. Walk in. There we go.
That's so funny.
I
Oh, that's awesome. Hello.
So, again, we like to have a lot of interactivity. This right here, we call it the human ostrich. So it's based off of a real man. I'm sure you've heard those medical stories of the people that just eat stuff that they shouldn't be eating, like bottle caps and forks and knives and things like that. So this is the human ostrich game, and the object is to try to get it out without touching the sides, because you have to be precise like a surgeon. And if you're not, it should. Uh-oh. It's not working the way it's supposed to work. It's supposed to yell out at you. There he goes.
Oh, that's the ooh.
Yeah. I don't know why that worked for me.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I know I can get it to go out. I've done it so many times.
So it's fun. And then you get to play with it for a while.
You know what it does when you get it out.
So you can create your own cartoon book
Oh, that's cool.
if you want to.
Sure, so what do we do?
Perfect.
English.
Let's start there.
So what do you, start? Done.
So you get to find the cartoons that you want. You get to create your own cartoons. You get 5 of them. And you can choose from these different categories. And within them, they have different cartoons. So you pick your favorites, and you basically drag and drop them into here.
Oh, that's cool. Let's see, classic. There you go, there's one. No, I didn't.
So you have to do the cartoon, not the thumbnail.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yep.
So then you just pick.
Yeah.
Choose a cover color for your book. I could have just done that.
That's okay. That's really it. It's gonna send it to you now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's neat.
I don't know if you like fun photo ops, but
Oh, tap the screen.
go ahead.
Oh. Oh God. Oops. That's cool.
Yeah. So these are some of our performers that we've worked with, and we have a nice little video if you want to take a break. Because we've been here about an hour now. People like to sit down and kind of watch a little bit. That's actually Nick Walenda from the famous Flying Walendas. It's the son of the famous, one, and he helped us do our opening of our Baltimore auditorium about 5 or 6 years ago. And he walked across the Baltimore Inner Harbor.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fun. So again, this is a kind of a cool little. And graffiti. Different color. So you can create your own little work of art.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. I like this one though. This makes the cartoons come to life.
Oh, is he gonna? Wow, that's neat. I'm amazed. Now, is it the wall that's touching, or is it just in like a sensor or something? I have no idea.
It's a sensor, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
technology blows my mind.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's cool.
Yeah. So these are nothing like the Willard Wiggum miniatures. It's not even. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
So I love this. So it looks like Alice in Wonderland. As I said, everything has a special secret surprise. So if you look at it closely, it actually makes up the words from the book. Is the picture.
Wow. So that's the entire book, just
Not the entire book, but probably the first couple pages of it. Yeah.
wow.
So this is an ambidextrous artist. So she is drawing with both hands at the exact same time this picture.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. How do you get your mind to work that way?
I know I can't get my mind to work that way.
I can't draw it with any hand.
I got
like with one
I
hand.
got stick figures. That's about the best I can do.
So Robert Wadlow is also one of our famous people that are associated with Ripley's. You know, he was the tallest man that had ever lived, over 9 feet tall, and just he was 6 foot tall. I think he was 8 years old.
Whew.
You can kind of measure yourself up. I can do your photo if I can get you.
If you want, you just hit the white button. Yeah, you won't see a flash or anything.
I think I got it. I didn't see anything come through.
Yeah, it won't do that while it's recording. It'll be there. It's cool.
Yeah.
Over 2.5 million people paid over $1 million.
Now that's a giant.
Yeah.
One of the many reasons for the popularity.
You got a giant tire.
Oh,
which
yeah.
has sustained over these many years is its focus on financial control.
Now is that like his shirt?
No, it belonged to another person that was just really, really large. Muhammad Chenna, 7'8", 400 pounds.
Whew.
7'8", he's 9 foot tall, so this would be tiny on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
East Germany was a prison.
Oh my
So
God.
when the
Somehow
wall,
the Soviet
when
Union militarily captured the Second World War.
the Berlin Wall went down, we went over there
Communist
immediately
empire.
to see what we could get. And we picked out a lot of different pieces that had the best graffiti. I can't exactly, I don't know, I can't verify this, but I believe we have the largest collection of the Berlin Wall than anyone in the world. But I can't.
Even then, people never liked to try.
But if you go on our website, ripley's.com, and look at the little search bar and just type in Berlin Wall, we have a blog that will bring it up and kind of show you all the different locations, how many tons of wall we own, how many different pieces. They're all
crazy.
10 by 10, different ones that we have. Because I said the graffiti on it is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really good condition. Like,
Yeah.
because that happened what? 80s, right? 90s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah, 1989.
Wow. So from that point, yeah, it's still in good shape.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I saw this earlier with all the.
So some of these are representations of different cultures. Some are actual real people, right? This is the Sarah squares of Africa. These are the lily slippers, and you have the Padang tribe. This is a real man, JT Sailor's a Gurner, This is Avelino Perez. You can pop his eyes out. This is Johnny Yaga, half man. We actually have met someone similar. That is a half man as well. That's a sideshow performer, and he's called Shorty Dangerously. And he's featured in our latest book, and we have a video on him. If you go on YouTube, you can find it. It's just amazing that he doesn't let life get him down, and then that he has continued to just thrive and grow, and doesn't let a disability impede him in any way. Two very real people. This is Maria. She is the Mexican vampire woman, and she visited our office, and she got a live body casting. I met her. I have a photo with her, and she is a PTA mom of 4. She used to be a lawyer, and she came from a very abusive relationship. And when she left her abusive husband, she decided, I'm going to take agency of my own body, and I'm going to do what I want to my body. I'm never going to let anyone treat me that way again. And that's when she began her journey into body modification. So she is turning herself into a vampire woman. She has the subdermal implants under her skin and right here. And she does almost all of her own tattooing. She is now remarried happily. Her and her husband have a tattoo and piercing shop. And this was done about 6 years. This is what she looked like 6 years ago. Google pictures of her today, and she's gone even further with her transformation.
26-year-old Eric Spring is
I know that seems to be the new thing. It seems to be getting bigger and bigger now with all the modifications like that. Hey, teach their own if you like it. Who am I to judge?
Right, let them their own. So we're coming to the end of our tour. But it's never ending without going through our vortex tunnel, so I'll let you and I'll let you on the other side.